U.S. Secretary of State Rubio held delegation-level talks with India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and hailed India as one of America's most important strategic allies. And then speaking during a press briefing, Rubio called India as among those few countries in the world who can partner with the U.S. on issues of global importance.
But you can have a strategic alliance with countries. But there are only a handful of countries in the world that have the ability to actually do something about these big issues on a global scale. There are only a handful of countries in the world that have both the economic and diplomatic power to be influential on strategic issues from a global perspective. And India is one of them, which is what adds the finishing touches on the importance of this strategic alliance. Is we have a strategic alliance between the United States and India. It's a strategic alliance between two countries that have global influence and the ability to influence global events.
When asked about a possible deal with Iran, Rubio said some progress has been made in talks with Tehran. More details would come out later in the day. Also reiterated Washington's red line that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon.
There'll be, I believe, maybe more news coming out a little bit later today on this topic, and I'll leave it to the President to make further announcements on it. Suffice it to say that some progress has been made, significant progress, although not final progress has been made. Ultimately, I remind everybody, I think this ties into the second question that was asked with relations to it. What is the goal here? The goal here ultimately, the ultimate goal is that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. Iran can never possess a nuclear weapon. The President has been clear about that. They will never possess a nuclear weapon, certainly not as long as Donald Trump is President of the United States.
Rubio also hailed the Quad as a crucial forum for strengthening cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. Speaking during the briefing, Rubio lauded India's presence in the grouping to influence outcomes in the Indo-Pacific and said that the grouping today is more important than ever.
Another important mechanism of joint cooperation, and one more example of our strategic relationship between our two countries, because the Quad is a form of alignment between four countries who are not just strategically aligned on a bunch of key issues, but four countries that have the ability to varying degrees to influence global events on these topics of mutual interest.
Responding to criticism about the Trump administration's stance towards Quad, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar hailed U.S. President Trump for streamlining Quad during his first term. He then added that the Indo-Pacific will become a lifeline and the two countries will work closely for cooperation.
The Indo-Pacific is going to become more and more important with the passage of time. We were just talking about energy. It will even become a big energy lifeline. I mean, if you're going to see, for example, a much bigger India-US energy trade, or India's energy and general trade with the US, with other countries in the Americas, I can see much more growth, much more trade, much more maritime activity out there. So to me, the work on Quad goes on, and I think 2 days from now, you will see us on the podium talking about the Quad.